Taking a picture?
I'm Dawn.
No, I'm just recording.
Justin.
All right. And, okay, so question number one. What is it like traveling all together with both guys and girls in the band?
Well, I guess it is kind of different sometimes. So, Kutless, they travel with wives a lot, so that's pretty similar. But from the very beginning, even when we were just in a van, all packed in there like sardines, it's always been guys and girls. And we've never really known anything different, so we can't really speak to, maybe the highs and lows or whatever. But we can say that we have noticed that always our van, and now later our RV, and sometimes now our bus, seem to be a lot cleaner than the bands where there's only boys in it. And I don't know if it's just because the girls are more prone to cleaning, or we just find a lot of things unacceptable that a group of guys, when it's just guys, thinks it's just fine. Actually, though, someone did say once to me they think it's because the guys, for whatever reason, and maybe you find this in your life, guys will put on a much cleaner presentation when there are women around, but when there's all guys, they don't. So maybe I think they just hold themselves to a higher standard.
I think that also helped in the early days in the van. The smell was not nearly as bad because I really feel like a lot of the shows we played, they felt, oh, you guys have girls, let's get you a hotel room instead of sleeping in the van. So we were very fortunate to not have to sleep in the van a lot. So therefore, the nighttime stink that becomes associated with breath and whatnot never really happened.
Okay. What was the inspiration for your new album, Now?
Our new album Now basically is a challenge to everyone, specifically Christians. The idea was born out of the idea that now is every second of every day, and we have that moment to make a choice to use our life circumstances and our current circumstances to glorify God or to kind of let them bring us down. And God commanded us in the Bible to go, therefore, and make disciples. He didn't say, whenever you have time, whenever you feel like it, whenever it's convenient for you. He said, go. And so for now, we wanted to basically issue that same challenge, reissue it, and say, what are you going to do right now? What are you going to do to glorify God or further His kingdom rather than, for yourself?
Okay, so you guys have been making music for a while now, and you get to travel a lot. What has God been teaching you recently or lately through some of your experiences?
I think that whenever and this goes with everybody's lives, we're always kind of stepping into the unknown in a lot of ways, especially for us since we wake up in a different town every day. And whenever you're in a place where you're uncomfortable or everything's not the way it's always been, which I think life is just changing all the time, it always makes you depend more on God. And I know for myself, lately I've been having a little bit of some health problems, struggling with some asthma, and it's been really challenging for me as a singer, and it basically makes me more afraid before I step out onto the stage every night and I have more fear now, am I going to be able to, I'm going to have trouble with shortness of breath, I'm going to be able to hit my notes because I'm not going to have enough air. And because of that, it means I have to rely on God more and more now in order to be able to believe that He's going to empower me to be able to do the things that He made me to do. But really, I think we all have a parallel to that. Even if you're not having to step out on stage, we all have these fears that make us wonder, am I going to be able to do, what I need to do today? We all have the challenges that we face. And so what's interesting about that is that I almost feel like I'm in a better place when I'm at my weakest and I can't do things on my own, because even though it makes me very frustrated and I get angry because I want more than anything else to be able to take care of everything by myself, But the truth is that when I'm most dependent on God, that is when I'm in the best spot, because that's when I'm most out of the way and God can do the most work.
Right on, you can clap for her, that's okay. Okay, so what is your, the focus of your ministry? As a band, it says, what's your current focus as a ministry?
For us, I think our band has just been growing a lot lately. We've been doing some cool devos on the bus where we've been reading a book called The Hole in Our Gospel by Richard Stearns. And he is the head over World Vision, which is a company much like Compassion that's with us tonight. And anyhow, he's just been challenging us over and over again about how the majority of the world lives. And here in America, we're just so incredibly blessed. And when things are the worst that they can be, we can go to a homeless shelter. And if we're very thirsty and we don't have a home, we have nowhere to go, we could probably walk into a gas station and get some water if we hit, rock bottom, But all over the world, which are so many people and little children, they don't have those options. They have a totally different life. If they can't walk a mile to get water, then they're going to die of thirst. And when they do get that water, if they haven't been taught that they're supposed to boil it first, the water that they walked a mile to get will probably make them sick. It may hurt their children. So it's a totally different life. And over here in America, because we're so blessed, it's easy to get distracted by what we have and be distracted by our own problems and forget that there's so many people who need help. But Jesus said, go away from me, for what you have not done for the least of these, you have not done for me. And the truth is that there's a lot of least of these out there that we can easily help because we have so much. And I think just reading that book has really been transforming our hearts and our minds in a lot of ways and helping us to take our eyes off of ourselves and start looking more to the outside world, to our communities, to the whole world. How can we be loving people more, and how can we be less focused on ourselves?
Very cool. And you guys do work with, you were reading the book by the guy that does World Vision, but you guys have Compassion International here tonight, right?
That's right.
Okay, very cool. And they have a booth outside too, right? Very cool. Okay, all right, we're gonna meet the guys from Kutless.